Fanatic Farms.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Fanatic Farms video and another Transformer Tuesday video. This time around we are going back to the Generation 1 toys and we are looking at, not that side, this side. This is Generation 1 Transformers Decepticon Headmaster Mindwipe that came out in the fourth wave of toys in 1987. And yeah, Headmasters are a weird one, aren't they? It was a kind of cool little gimmick. But Mindwipe, like a couple of the original Headmasters and that lot, has two origin stories. It's really weird. In the G1 American continuity and one that got shown in UK and that kind of stuff, he's part of the crew that go to Nebulous to try and find Fortress Maximus and the rest of those Autobots and hunt down the key to the plasma energy chamber. And then when they land on Nebulous, you know, they're attacked and captured by the Hive and their mind-controlled machines. They make a deal with Zarek and the rest of the Hive, and Scourge, no, it's Cyclonus, I think. He agrees to allow the animal Decepticons to be turned into Headmasters, and then the rest to get turned into Target Masters. And then, you know, that happens. We see them fighting the Autobots on Nebulous. They come back to Earth. They open the plasma energy chamber. There's kerfuffles. They team up with Galvatron. And pretty much the last thing we ever see of Mindwipe is he's flying off in space with Galvatron on board Scorponok, gets hit by a plasma energy surge, and it gets shot off into space. That's it. End of. It's the last time we ever see the G1 Mindwipe. And then in the Japanese cartoon, it's a lot weirder. Mindwipe is a Cybertronian in the Japanese version, which is called the Headmasters. And him and the other Headmasters, they leave Cybertron during the height of the war to escape it, under the command of Fortress, which became Fortress Maximus. There's an engine problem. They crash land on this planet called Master. And this planet is, you know, inhospitable for Cybertronians. So they have to build new bodies for them to control, and they're called Transtectors. And then they had to relearn how to transform the tiny bodies into the heads of these Transtectors, so then they could join on and control the Transtector body as their own body. This happens, and then Mindwipe is part of a splinter group that rebel against Fortress and join up with the traitor that is Scorponok. And then was it in 2011, they come back to Cybertron and they team up with Galvatron, and it goes on from there. I haven't watched much more. I had the first few episodes like dubbed on DVD. But yeah, that's the Japanese continuity. So it's really weird. But like I say, this side, we keep doing that. This side is the front of the box for G1 Mindwipe. And, you know, not much to say really. It's the same kind of grid style as we get with the other ones, but this is purple because it's Decepticon. We have Voth, which is Mindwipe's Nebulan/human partner, on display, and then in the bottom it says, you know, tech spec, right, reader or something. I can't remember. Hang on, I've got it written down. 2 seconds. Oh, tech spec meter. Sorry. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the back of the box we have the production, well, the battle scene picture, which is on pretty much every G1 box. This time, because it's Wave 4, it's promoting the Headmaster stuff. This is a Headmaster battle. It's Scorponok, Fortress Maximus, taking up prime, like, space on it. We've got all the other Headmasters flying around kind of thing, just battling each other. It's kind of cool. And then you have the tech specs and the bio. All right, the bio reads, Mindwipe, Allegiance Decepticon, subgroup Headmaster, Human component is Voth, and then function is hypnotist. So yeah, Mindwipe. I'll get into that in a second. His quote is, "Just one look from me and you're lost." And the bio reads, "A mystic spends more of his time trying to contact the electromagnetic essence of long-dead Decepticons more than talking to live ones. Binary bonded to Voth, former Nebulan Minister of Science, expelled from office as a result of an illegal experiments scandal. In bat mode, he has hypnotic stare, flies at 700 miles an hour. In robot mode, uses Viper pistol, shoots streams of neurocircuitry paralyzing liquid." I really did that badly, but never mind. And then his tech specs are: his strength is 8, his intelligence is 8, his speed is 7, endurance is 5, his rank is 7, his courage is 8, his firepower is 7, and his skill is 9. Which I find odd, because in the early days of the comic and stuff like that, his courage was quite high. He was always going to battle. But then when Simon Furman took over writing for the comics, kind of made Mindwipe more of a coward. He would run at like the slightest like change in circumstances, that kind of thing. But that's that. And speed being 7, I find weird as well. If he can fly at 700 miles an hour, and I previously did the Hot Rod Rodimus Prime one, his speed was 9, and he was doing like 250 miles an hour. So and the tech specs always kind of get me weirded out. But yeah, let's bring out mine, shall we? And give me 2 seconds, because I haven't transformed it yet. So back in 2 seconds. Yeah, sorry about that. All right, so yeah, this is mine. This is my G1 Mindwipe in his bat form, in his burgundy purple glory. I know he has had reissues in that, and the ones I've seen look more purple than the burgundy. But yeah, this is mine. Like I say, he is G1. He is original. Yes, I do have his hands sticking out here and here. That's because the tabs there and there on his speakers have snapped. So if I push the hands in, I'm never getting back out. But yeah, he's quite a chunky bat. You know, with the legs just hanging off here, the weird tail, the feet under here that are just a weird angle. Am I meant to have it like that? And the teeny tiny head, but I do like his head. And in the show, you know, he's shown with his speakers like that, but I've seen a lot of pictures and they have him transformed like that. But no, speakers go at the front. It makes sense. If he can use like hypnosis and stuff, he'd obviously use speakers. And then open the chest piece up, and we get Voth, his Nebulan / human binary bonded human partner. And I find it quite funny because, again, in the cartoon, when Nebulans are joining with the Decepticons, this guy's a scientist. Mindwipe doesn't want anything to do with science. He believes in the supernatural and that lot. They didn't get along. Mindwipe had to then hypnotize Voth to be his headmaster. So this poor bloke's under control of Mindwipe all the time. And yes, in the cartoon, Nebulans are green. The comics, they're human. And then for some bizarre reason on the box as well, this is referred to as a human, but it also mentions Nebulous. It's weird. But yeah, like I say, this is Voth in his robot mode, and you know, he's got articulation. He can bend his legs. That and his arms do move up and down, like so. But yeah, the transformation on this guy is super easy, super quick. What you do You fold the tail around like that. Fold the legs down like so, like so. Fold the feet out like that. Ooh, I'm holding my hand in the way, so the feet are out. And then you rotate the whole arm piece around. So now the wings are like that. Fold the head in. That gets covered up. Fold the arms out like so. So it's like that. You're meant to pull the hands out. So that will be the Transtector in the Japanese version body, or Mindwipe without his head. So that is the true Decepticon Mindwipe there. And then what you do is you get Voth, turn him upside down, fold his legs like so, flip up his little panel so you reveal his face, and then you click it into place like so. And there we go. And then lower that piece down, and you see the stats there on the chest. So I'll just quickly show you. So you got that. Plug it into place, and bush, up pops the thing. Now, I don't have the gun, sadly, but you know, it's a toy from my childhood. One thing I will say, the box art and that have the wings going the other way, pointing up, but they don't, they fold down, so it looks a bit crap. But if you fold them in, looks alright. And his faceplate has dropped down. Articulation wise, his arms do move up and down, but also where my joints are quite stiff, the whole thing kind of moves. And the legs, you can get some seated position like that. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's a really quick look at Mindwipe, and he is freaking awesome. I truly recommend him. Like, I still need to get Weird Wolf. I have Skullcrunch, but yeah, I still need to get Weird Wolf to go with him. So he's the original 3 headmasters along with Scorponok, and as you know, I have Scorponok. But yeah, that's it. That's Mindwipe. But I'm not done yet, because I have another toy that I need to show it some love. I could have done it as a 3-parter with its other 2 components, but I found him today when I saw Mindwipe, so I brought him out. It's this guy. And for those that don't know, this is the box of, well, the blister pack. And this is Ruckus from 1988. And yeah, he wasn't in the cartoon at all. This is my childhood one. I have a lot of fond memories of this toy, so this is why we're doing it now, just to tag along with Mindwipe. But he does have a kind of a bigger role in the comics, especially the like run up to the Matrix Quest comic line storyline. He is part of a gang with, here we go, Spinster, Windsweeper, Needle Nose, and Thunderwing. He's part of this like Decepticon mob gang, and they are called the Robot Mob. It's part of the Birds of Prey storyline. And then yeah, he features again and again within the Matrix Quest, sorry. But yeah, this is him, and his box, like I say, not that interesting. It does say trigger action weapons. Yeah, and then you got the back of the box. I'm doing a quick one now. My battery's running out of my phone. Not much on there. There's no battle scene, but there is a picture showing how to transform him. And then we have his bio. And the bio reads as such. Function, well, name Ruckus. Function, combat assault. Quote is, I take a licking and keep on kicking. His bio reads, a rolling bucket of bolts. Always look like he's just about, oh, Christ. Let's try that again, shall we? A rolling bucket of bolts. Always looks like he's just lost a demolition derby. Will take a big risks on the battlefield because he is in such a state of disrepair. Sorry. A deadly, devastating warrior, adapt to ramming his enemies and then running them over. Nail-studded tires can tread over anything. Also, the ability to emit viscous oil slicks that send his enemies into a tailspin. Armed with heavy duty rocket launchers that fire mercury-tipped explosives. Man, that was bad. And his specs, shall I say. Strength is 8, intelligence is 8, speed is 5, endurance is 3, rank is 5, courage is 10, firepower is 8, and skill is 7. So he's basically just a foot soldier kind of thing. But the reason why he is such a big place in my heart, when I was growing up, he was my Decepticon leader. That makes sense. You know, look at the color scheme, the beige, the purples. I didn't have Megatron, I didn't have Galvatron growing up. I didn't have many Decepticons. I know I had like this, but this was one of my first ones. And the purple and the tan, I just kind of feel like it's more a Decepticon-esque color. But Ruckus here is part of the Triggermasters. So you've got this little switch here on his back. And you pull it. And it raises these cannons out of his side there. Can you do it without? No. But yeah, that's the gimmick, and to transform him, super easy. Fold the legs out, pull the switch so it rotates all the way around, and there you go. It's kind of like a really big Micromaster, but look at that face sculpt. That always made me feel like he was a Decepticon leader. Looks so grumpy, so angry. But yeah, he is wicked cool. I absolutely love this guy. And the Target Master gimmick does work a lot better when he's this way up. See? But yeah, I just wanted to show him off because I have a lot of fond memories of playing with this one. And I could have done it with the other Trigger Masters. Crankcase and what's the jet called? I can't remember. But I just wanted to give him a little bit of a shout out. I might do him again. Well, put him with the others eventually when I get around to it. But yeah, that was it. That is Ruckus, and I would love to get my hands on the Legacy one day, but I'm not paying like 70 odd quid for it. But yeah, until next time, guys, have a great one, and I'll see you soon.